Hello, my name is Juan Carlos Brando. Thank you for having us today in your houses or your phones or wherever you are. Thank you for joining us in this show with the attorney Margaret W. Wong, who has over 40 years of experience in the immigration law. And today we are going to have a Q&A session with our main attorney, Margaret W. Wong, who has been working on this field for over 40 years, but also she has offices in 9 cities of the United States: Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And you can ask your questions live. Those questions are absolutely free. And if you want more information, you can find it call into our phone number 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984, or also checking out in our website www.imwong.com. You can find a lot of information also in the YouTube channel. There's a new video coming up this week. And well, we are updating our website, we are updating our Facebook, Instagram. And by the way, happy Independence Day for Mexico and Central America. They are having a very good time. But let's talk with Ms. Wong. Ms. Wong, good afternoon. How are you doing today? Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I'm good.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And well, today is a very important day for Mexico and Central America, which is their second hundred of independence anniversary. And well, it's a big celebration. And they still have some struggles in their countries, but freedom is freedom, no matter what, Ms. Wong. So what do we have referring to people from Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica that they are celebrating in this week?
Yes. So basically, the good news now is American immigration finally started the CAM program, CAM. If you go to the USCIS.gov website and the Homeland Security website, people under 18 from the three Central American countries, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras, as long as your parents or step parents or immediate relatives are in America and have asylum pending and U visa pending, it does not need to be approved. You can apply for that program and come to America legally. You don't go through illegally. You don't have to go through the line. They'll give you a parole visa or some sort of visa to come to America, number one. Number two is the CAM program does not apply to Mexicans. But also because now is a new president, on the other hand is virus, so Mexican-American embassy is very slow. Most of them are not even granting tourist visa anymore, but at least try to come legally because Mexico have a free trade visa. And also if you have a degree, if you get a job in America, you can apply for free trade, which is same as Canadians, or you can apply for a tourist visa or student visa. That's the second good news. And also we have to remember other countries are different. Nicaragua is very, very different from even Haiti, from Jamaica. Those are islands. Nicaragua is going through hell because of the politics. It's just like the whole America. Like ultimately, there was a dream by one of our former presidents to link, it's just like all the Asian countries. And it used to be China is against Japan, against Korea, against Hong Kong. Now Hong Kong already went back to China. They're also doing the G7 to unite certain countries together. So same with the Americas. There was a time that America is trying to link Canada, Mexico, the three countries, and also some of the richest southern countries and build into Americas versus EU, the European countries, and more also versus the Asiatic, the Asian countries. But apparently that plan don't work. But for now, another point I would like to emphasize is Afghanistan. It's very different from a southern border search, because I've heard a lot of comments about, why are we letting the Afghanistan people in and not the southern people in from Central America, from southern. Afghanistan is a humanitarian situation. In fact, all people who came from Afghanistan, the only way they could come is legally. Don't think it's so easy to get on those last evacuation planes, because those people are coming legally. They have special permission to come. Versus the southern border is more like they're just trying to come. I shouldn't say they're just, but they are trying to come because of fear, because of economic situations, and those are undocumented. That's why Biden is trying to build camp. Biden is also maybe trying to make more easier tourist visa and student visa, because we have a lot of clients actually have engineering degrees, have medical degrees, have law degrees that just come illegally because they thought there's no legal way, but there is a legal way to come, and we just don't know about it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer and this summary about what's going on with Central America, Mexico, and the immigration in general in the United States. So we are starting to receive questions now. And one of them is, I have an I-130 approved, and after that I was given deportation. I had a work permit, a social security number, and I was in Nicaragua for a parole permit, with a parole permit. But then when I wanted to come back to the United States, I got stuck and they sent me back. Is there something I can do to fight this case?
I presume what you are saying is that you left America to go back to Nicaragua based on a parole, but in the meantime, at the airport, and I don't know which airport you went through, or you came through the landline, somehow you may be expeditiously removed. They must have found something on your phone or on your social media. So it depends on what program you have to come back. Maybe if you give me more, is that a judge final judgment entry decision for deportation, or is it at the border expeditious removal? But you had that parole, so I just wonder, did you already have deportation? And then when you come back, when you show the parole, they find out you have deportation. So if you give me more information, you should be okay. Because, and who filed the I-130? Is that a parent? For you, that's like 5 years if you're single, but married, if you're married, you have 8 to 12 years. If your sister and brother parole, green card is 12, 15 years. If husband for wife, and it's a clear parole, I just don't know why they won't let you back. And also depends on the airport. Some airports are really mean. Sometimes it's just bad luck.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And don't forget that the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. We are excited because Ms. Wong is traveling again around the country. I think you were in Nashville last week, Ms. Wong. Am I right?
I was there.
And now we heard that you're coming back to Atlanta after a year and a half. Which is really exciting to have you back here in this city. And I am sure that a lot of people want to see you and want to make an appointment. So if you want to make an appointment with Ms. Wong, that is coming on the 7th of October to the city of Atlanta, just give us a call to this phone number. It's 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984, and she will be happy to take care of your immigration needs. So give her a call, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. By the way, we greet Gabriel Vaca from Vaca International. He's saying hi to us here from Atlanta. And the next question is, I have an asylum pending since 2016. I support economically my two brothers who are in Honduras. Can I bring them with CAM?
I don't know if brothers, if you check the DHS or call me later, I'll check for you because I have a list. I just don't have it here. But if I remember, it's more the parents or minor child. But I'll check for you if brother. Yeah, if brother can do it. Yeah, I don't remember they could, but I'll check for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And yeah, don't forget that you can call Ms. Wong. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. This next person is saying, I am very concerned. I saw the news yesterday about two children who were left abandoned in the southern border. What happens with those kids? Who takes them? We see this more often about stranded parents using their kids to cross the border.
I also came in 1969 with a little sister. A lot of people would say in those days there's no web, there's no social media. How dare your parents send both of you to go to America, to Iowa, to a Catholic college to go to college. I look back and now I don't know if I would do it with my kids when they were 16, 18, 19, go to America. But we also have to remember, going to America is all our dreams. It's to show the great parental love. We're willing to give. Instead of protecting the kids like a bird, we let them fly. So I don't necessarily think because our parents let us go that we use them to get. Sometimes you just need to do something to, the situation is so bad there. Maybe there's domestic abuse, maybe there's extreme poverty, because a lot of us even now in Mexico, in Honduras, we stay in a little hut, 10 people. Young girls would see their fathers naked, see someone having sex, and then they don't even have a bathroom. They go to the shed and take a shower. It's just a horrible situation. A lot of things are seen and not spoken. So we are not in a position to judge why they're stranded. But I really think President Biden and Vice President Harris is doing everything they can to help the kids. Accidents happen. It's just like Medicaid, Medicare. There's always Medicare fraud, Medicaid fraud, adoption fraud, trafficking of women. But we just want to look at the good side and help people. So if there's anything, and here I'm pleading with the border, and I'm sure some of you watch our program, any help you need with those kids, let us know. We have listeners who is willing to be a guardian, to be a custodian. And if they were abandoned by the parents or one parent abused, neglected, I can get them dependency action. They will get a green card, especially if Honduras, about 3 years, if Mexico, 1.5 years. So it's not as bad. Sometimes God give us a path, and from that path, we get our green cards.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And don't forget that the phone number to get in touch with her is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984 is the phone number that you can call to talk to our attorney, Margaret W. Wong. The next question is, my two sisters from Honduras came on a tourist visa. One is 18 and the other one is 16. They came a week ago. But they want to apply for asylum. Do they need to file one application for both or one each?
One each.
We live in Georgia.
One each, because it's not one parent with 3 kids or one parent with 1 kid. Each sister and brother is on their own. 2.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And we have another question coming in through our Facebook inbox. And this person is saying the following: good afternoon, and I applied for asylum, and I don't know when I can get my work permit. I came through Canada. I am from India, and I would like to know if I will ever get my work permit.
Yes, you will. Depends on when you file your asylum. If you file it before March of 2020, and especially before August of 2020, No, after March of 2020 and before August of 2020, you probably have to wait for 1 year to file for work permit. So first you get the receipt notice. The receipt notice should have come to you between 3 weeks to 3 months. From the day of the receipt notice to the day of the work permit, you have to wait for 366 days because there's 365 days 1 year. Now, on the other hand, if you join a nonprofit group called CASA, C-A-S-A, or another nonprofit group called ASAP, is free, then you can file your work permit after 151 days, but not 150 days, all right? Because every time you make one mistake, they send it back to you and reject it. It's not even a mistake. And make sure the asylum forms and the work permit form is no blank, because anytime you have a blank, like not applicable, you say NA. 0 or none. If you're single, you say not married, right? So you have to, and if you're divorced, say divorce. If you're widow, you're widow. If you were married and divorced, don't say you're single. So these are things that you have to make sure you will get a work permit, unless somehow you made, for example, tomorrow is my 589 review date, and I couldn't go tomorrow. So if it's your fault that you could not go to an interview or you missed one MC, then they won't give it to you. But aside from that, it's also, there's no more clock stopping unless you created the stop. You will get it. Just fight hard for it, and you should get it. All right.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And well, you just need to know that you have to keep fighting. That's the key in everything with the immigration. And in life, we have to fight for our dreams. That's the most important thing that we need to know. Hello, my brother has tourist visa, arrived May 13th, 2021, got 180 days. He wants to get a job here and a change for a work visa. He spoke with an attorney and he said he depends on the company, but this is a small business he met won't do it. They prefer to hire people with fake social security numbers, and
I
he's
could start answering. I can start answering. Since the brother came to America on May 13th of 2021, you're good till November 12th of 2021. So there are two ways to extend it. You either leave the country as soon as possible, because then it's easier for next entry. Number one. Number two, you could stay here and do an extension to a tourist visa. Third, or you can stay here and do an extension for student visa. After 1 year of student visa program, you can ask for economic hardship work permit, or you can also work on campus for up to 20 hours and full time in the holidays, but only on campus. But if you want to work off campus after 1 year, you can also get an economic hardship work permit. That's the first thing. What your lawyer is talking about is on the H-1B. H-1B is a lot of us who came as students, as tourists, gets it. The sad thing is, actually Bush started it on because H-1B now, there's only 65,000 numbers, and normally 1 in 4 applicants get an H-1B. The beginning of the H-1B season is June 1st. You have to do a lottery for the company to do the H-1B, and then April 1st, if you got into the lottery, then you can file the H-1B. If you get approval, you can start work on October 1st. So the question becomes, I just came on May 2021. How could I stay here till October 1st to get on the H-1B program? Worse, if I want to switch my job and I didn't like my job, how do I do it? Because your H-1B only allows you to work for your H-1B. That's why this is America. We couldn't just come to America and get a tourist visa and say, I want to work, right? So in the meantime, parallel track. Assuming I'm one of the 4 who's lucky enough to get into lottery, get into H-1B and becoming effective on October 1st. There are 2 ways I could do it. I either go back to Honduras, stamp my passport on H-1B and come back, or I stay here and do an extension to a tourist visa, extension to a student visa, but the timing has to be right. Because if they don't give you an answer within 5.5 months for the extension, Then you have to do another extension because at that time you should not leave because technically you're out of status because they did not deny, but they also did not approve. That's the dilemma on tourist visa. That's why a lot of us, we came on student visa. As long as you keep going to school and paying tuition, especially if you got the OPT, you have that 12-month OPT, now you get the H-1B and you do the gap cap. That means that my OPT expires on May 1st. I know I got into my lottery on April 1st. If I work for the same company or different company, that's okay because I know my H-1B cannot come into October 1st. So from May to October 1st, you have the gap cap. Gap cap means that I can still work legally, even though my visa expired. That's what also Obama did. I think OPT, a gap cap started with Obama. They are doing everything possible to allow students to stay in America to work, especially those of us who already got the OPT. Now, if your degree is in STEM from America, like math, sciences, you have another 24 months of what we call STEM OPT, but the company has to e-verify. You already have an engineering degree, congratulations. So either get a job, there's a shortage in America on engineers, especially women engineers. There's a big shortage of skilled worker. No employer, most employers cannot find jobs. So I'm sure getting a job is no problem for you, as long as number one, they're willing to sponsor. Number two, how do you do the gap? So you can gap it if you don't want to return, but if not return, but if you want to come back, be careful because you don't want to be like the other kid who called in from Nicaragua, who even though he had parole, he was deported or something happened at the airport to leave the country, and you don't want that because once you got that, even though you got your H-1B, they would not stamp your passport. But these are all the issues.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer, which is very important for everybody to know these little issues that can come up after your immigration filings or situations in front of immigration. Please give us a call, 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong is traveling again across the country, so we are excited to have her back in Atlanta on October the 7th, but she's also traveling to Columbus every single Friday, and she's traveling to Nashville on some Mondays. So if you want more information about dates and times, please call this phone number, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong, this question comes and says, what is the key to win a 10 years cancellation of removal, or what is the most important thing?
Okay, that's very good. That's also Liz Chavez question because Liz Chavez came in on April 29th of 2021. So for example, I was caught at the border. The case lasted for more than 10 years in court. My NTA have no date and time. So now I'm switching my case from a pure asylum case to a 10-year cancellation. That's a very good question. Through the years before 97, we have a 7-year suspension. That means the hardship is to me. I am from China because I don't accept Communist Party rule because I write a lot of articles against my country. I have a fear of going back. So I can win suspension. All right. So I get my green card. After 97, especially after year 2000, new law came in, changed suspension to non-LPR cancellation of removal, which means that now, instead of saying I have hardship, the hardship does not, whatever hardship I have, I could have cancer. American doesn't care because I'm a foreign born. I'm not an American citizen. But if my wife, who's an American citizen or green card, or my parents, who's an American citizen or green card, or my children, who's an American citizen or green card, they have serious mental illness, so I need a therapist report. They have serious physical. The best cases, and I know I sound horrible, Down syndrome kids, autism kids. There was a time ADD, ADHD. We have one case, but now most judges doesn't believe in ADHD, believe that's extreme hardship. We also have to prove your country doesn't necessarily have help in this kind of mental hardship or physical hardship. Also, you have to have filed 10 years tax return. And make sure if you have 2 kids, you put 2 kids there, don't put 10 kids there. Because in the olden days, that's legal to have kids that you're supporting in Mexico, in Honduras, in China, the aunties and nephews, you put it all. But nowadays it's illegal, and the judges will look at that. Make sure you file also good tax returns. Make sure if you use a phony social, you also have a tax ID number. So you file, maybe the 1099 or W-2 is phony name, phony social, but you need to file tax return under real name, real tax ID number, and explain why. Nowadays it's legal. There was a time their charges was 274C. That was like 20 years ago. Now they don't charge us anymore. So laws are changing, but what's most important is really difficult. This is a very good case, genetic situation.
Yes, I think this person is adding to the question. My newborn baby was diagnosed with a genetic condition. We don't have documents. We've been here since 2001, actually a week before 9/11.
Yeah. Absolutely a good case, but explain why it's a lifelong condition, even though genetic, like a lot of Jewish, and we support, our law firm support a lot of these research because they have a genetic issue, and we have a very good clinic in Ohio who does that. In fact, the doctors there are Chinese, so it's really a lot of fun to see them treat these kids. You have a good case, but don't just say I have a genetic condition. We have to explain why, how, when, where, and how does it affect him or her? What's the extreme hardship? Also, you're a newborn. So that's good, because until they're 21, you can still file it. Absolutely a good case. But you have to explain more than just genetic. Because nowadays, the judges are getting very sophisticated. They don't feel sorry for us. It's not like in the olden days, you make them tear up, you not play games, but you really make sure they see you with your dog, with your cat, with your American-driven car. Nowadays, the judges are so mean.
Well, maybe they have seen a lot of cases and probably they just don't believe new things, but people are real. Most people are real when they go in front of the judge. It's not easy to stand in front of the judge and explain your situation and be real. I wouldn't lie to a judge, Ms. Wong, because they know what we are saying. It's like you know when somebody is trying to lie to you, because you have seen this for 43 years, and it's really, really hard to get tricked by people that just want to say a lie. So this person is asking in Spanish. I will read in English. If my husband has a religious visa, can he apply for TPS with the work permit? Some attorneys say that this work permit wouldn't be affected by his religious visa. Another attorney said it does affect. What do you think about this?
Let me explain to you why there are 2 schools of thought it is. Asylum, you have a C8 work permit, which is good for 2 years. TPS is also a work permit, is good for 18 months. The reason why it doesn't matter, number one, definitely do TPS, because TPS has a deadline for registration. If you miss that deadline for registration, all times, not even sometimes, most times TPS are extended. If you miss that deadline of registration, you won't get a second one. Number one, definitely do TPS. Why, in my mind, and I know I'm right, that's when I know, it's the days that I know I'm wrong, when I yell at our staff or something, but this, I know I'm right. The reason why some lawyers said no is because you R1, you're allowed 5 years, right? So you have 2-year, and 1-year extension. So it's 2, 2, and 1. A lot of times I advise my R1, when you file tax return, make sure you say you're a religious worker, whatever religious worker, because there are 3 types. You have vocational, professional, and the third type, right? So professional means you have a degree. I just have a case where I have a master's in theology, but I only have an associate. So my master's, I'll be finishing next year, but I want the R1 now. So I'm advising them to get me a bachelor's degree, so at least you can do professional, because religious degree is very helpful in a so the one thing is you have an R visa for 5 years, but what happens, does TPS coordinate with the R visa? No, because a lot of times, for example, priests, we are poverty. So a lot of Orthodox, especially, they're allowed to drive a truck. So you can use your TPS to drive a truck, but our visa is supposed to work for school. But then we have to make immigration believe and our tax return believe that you are a religious worker to protect green card. So technically you can apply for TPS, you can have 2-year R1. They already did the site visit. So if they approve it, they know you're a real religious worker. After 2 years, you can do the 360 to apply for green card. TPS is only a work permit. But I'm pretty sure under Biden, TPS will get green card one day. But I presume you're from Venezuela because TPS just started. Hong Kong haven't started yet because Hong Kong started TPS is DED. So absolutely apply for TPS. But if you already have an R1, make sure after 2 years, you need to do the 360 to protect your green card, but do the TPS.
This person is adding to the question. That means that when we have the TPS, besides working in something else, besides the R1 visa, he can work in something else, or he just has to keep working on the side?
You could work in something else, depends on that something else, what it is. For example, you teach piano, that's okay, but don't become a truck driver, because I had a case and I lost that case. I never forgave myself. So it depends on what the job is, number one. Number two is still apply for your green card under the religious worker category.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And this question is, your visa work permit applied in August 21. When will we get our work permit? Any update?
You just applied for it. I presume you have not gotten your receipt notice and your fingerprint notice. I presume it will be another 1 to 1.5 years. Maybe 9 months, but right now it's probably 1.5 years. We don't know on new cases, but older cases really getting 4 years. But those are cases that are a little bit older. Someone did tell me from inside immigration saying that it may go faster for newer cases because it's so new. So they may just look at it and give us a work permit.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. Our time is up for today. So please, if you have any other question, give us a call. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And well, next week, we're going to have Ms. Wong on Wednesday, and hopefully Thursday morning, we're going to have an interview and a talk with Margaret Wong, which is very, very good conversation. And this time is an inspiring conversation as well. And after that show at 11 a.m., we have Ms. Wong in the Q&A session at 12:30 p.m. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for sharing your knowledge, and see you next week. Thank you so much. And don't forget that Ms. Wong is traveling to the city of Atlanta on October the 7th. She will be here in this city. You can call, you can make your appointment. The phone number is 216-279-3984. And we will give you more details about her visit. We can schedule your appointment with her, and she will talk to you. She will hear your needs, and she will help you solve your immigration case. So please give us a call, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Take care, and see you next time.